Hello everybody, it's me, Corrupted Mega, and we're about to watch the AOB 3 presentation live. Oh, here we go. Oh, one more thing. I'm also going to join a VC. If you are in the TU server, I'll be joining if the title shows up as a disaster warning I'm sorry, I have to rush this because I just got home about a minute show on the road. The chat display will be off, so and I'm not going to show the chat to avoid the thing. I'll also be looking at the chat on the video on my phone as well, so I can chat whenever I want to. And oh my word, there's 697 viewers. Action. Well, we already know about Alien Invasion because we've seen that trailer of it earlier this year. Yeah, we're already aware of this shelter thing is a new map, tornado spawn mode. Well, for people that are not in the TU Discord server, some of this stuff was already
Hello everyone, and welcome to the Art of Balance 3 presentation. I am One Billy Bob 1, the lead developer of the Tornado Alley series. Today, we'll be discussing content that is coming in the next update, the Art of Balance 3.
Now, okay, before I continue, if you guys didn't know, this is the actual voice of One Billy Bob 1. He's revealed his voice before in the past, and yeah, especially in Q&As. So yeah, to avoid spoilers, I'm not going to see what's happening on my phone. I'll focus on my computer instead. So let's continue.
Now, before we begin, what is the Art of Balance? The Art of Balance is an idea that was spanned across 3 updates with the goal to balance the amount of game modes and public maps in the game. When the Art of Balance updates began in early 2021, 3 maps were needed to balance the amount of game modes and maps. The first Art of Balance update was in February of 2021, where we released Airport as the first of 3 maps to come. The second Art of Balance update was in May of 2021, where we released Tropico as the second map of 3 maps.
To play on.
We also threw in some extra content, such as the neighborhood map revamp, the volcano disaster, and sub-game modes such as Retro Your Doom. Now, we sit at the final stage of the Art of Balance updates, over a year since the concept was initially planned out.
Yep.
We want to thank you all for your patience while we worked on the final chapter to these updates, and hopefully, you find the wait to be worthwhile.
Well, we will,
so,
definitely.
Now you're caught up on the meaning behind the Art of Balance updates. It's time to finally dive into the new content coming in this next update to the game.
Okay, what do we have here?
First, let's start with a reveal trailer that likely many of you have seen, though some of you may not have seen it yet, so please take a look.
The Alien Invasion one. I've seen this already. But, I might as well see it again, why not? If you didn't quite catch that, what in that video, it revealed that alien invasion was going to be the next disaster, because if you didn't know already, Fort Block's UFO, which was there before AOB 2, I think, or AOB 3, I can't remember off the top of my head. It was there, and then it was replaced by Morse code. Okay, continuing. Yep, UFO, alien invasion. Greetings, we are the Almighty Flood. You are lucky to be in our presence. Metropolis is about to go under attack. We have deemed Earth becoming too powerful and a potential threat. We are here to reduce the power of Earth. And this is going to be a fun one in the next update. What's happening in Discord right now? Alien invasion. Oh, Washington's in my PC? Okay. Yep, Billy was abducted in the trailer. Yeah. I don't blame him, he tried his best at least. But yeah, this is gonna be just very deadly, especially the Doomsday. I just spat on my screen. Yeah, this is gonna be very deadly to Metropolis 2. Alien invasion, the next disaster, and likely an elite one. Next. Tsunami, meteors, flood, acid rain, hurricane, lava flood, atomic bomb, volcano, and now alien invasion. The 9th bonus disaster. Okay.
So, what did you think? Alien Invasion is coming to Tornado Alley Ultimate in the Art of Balance 3 update.
Yes.
Let's jump a bit more into Alien Invasion and talk about how it works.
Yeah, I need to know about this.
Alien Invasion plays a bit different from the other disasters in the game. It's more of an AI disaster, or even sort of a boss battle. When Alien Invasion occurs, the aliens that invade will come from different possible extraterrestrial civilizations, and their behavior will vary. The civilization's behavior is random, but they can range from passive to very hostile. There are 4 possible types of civilization behavior: passive, neutral, aggressive, and vengeful. Each behavior has a different goal when attacking Earth. Passive civilizations want to simply study humans, even if that means a few may need to be sacrificed. Neutral civilizations find Earth as a threat and want to reduce the threat by attacking. Aggressive civilizations have a goal of conquering Earth for their own. And vengeful civilizations have only one goal in mind: destroy Earth and everything that inhabits it. These behaviors will determine what movesets the aliens will have when they invade. The behavior also will determine how many UFOs will invade the map.
Oh, goodness sake.
There are 4 possible moves the UFOs can use to wreak havoc on the map: abduction beams, death rays, anti-gravity rays, and sometimes even a heat-seeking laser.
Heat-seeking laser?
Death rays are red beams that shoot out from the bottom of the UFO. They will destroy anything in their path, including humans and structures, so you best avoid them when you can. Anti-gravity rays are actually less dangerous, as they only target structures. When structures are hit by anti-gravity rays, debris will float into the atmosphere. This isn't a direct threat to players, but it can leave them exposed to the other deadly weapons the UFOs do possess. Abduction beams are the staple weapons of UFOs. Aliens will sometimes try to abduct players into their spaceship. Shelter is extremely important against abduction beams, because if the aliens try to abduct you through a building, A ceiling may be the only saving grace from you being abducted and subsequently killed.
Fair enough.
Lastly, heat-seeking lasers. These weapons are only used by aggressive and vengeful behaviored civilizations, but they are extremely deadly. The heat-seeking lasers are a more powerful death ray, but this time they target individual players. The best way to survive these are to be inside a building, as the lasers would have to break through the structure in order to kill you.
Okay.
We've been wanting to add alien invasion for a long time. It was actually a scrapped idea and was once supposed to be added alongside Atomic Bomb a few years ago. Though they are here now, and I hope you like it.
Well,
Alien Invasion is the 9th bonus disaster that has been added to Tornado Alley Ultimate. However, it's not the last one to be introduced today. Please take a look.
What now? I honestly doubt this is related to the secret disaster of Doomsday, but let's see. Albatross 1, XD copy, affirmative. Detailed intel describes a severe public crisis is imminent. Roger. Requesting immediate support. This is so creepy. Requesting connecting you to Robloxing Air Command now. Oop. This must be like an air attack. This is Air Command. Do you copy? Affirmative. What is the diagnosis of this crisis? Critical threat to public health. Huh? Roger. What is the request you seek? A supply drop of military-grade gas mask. Oh no. Come again? Gas masks. What is the threat? Foreign chemical warfare targeting civilians? Negative. Roger, what is the threat? Air. Air. Of course it's air. Air? Affirmative. Air quality is dropping significantly to lethal levels with no signs of stopping. Roger, how many civilians within the affected area? 1 million. Roger. How many gas masks will the RAC airdrop? Entire surface stock. Roger. Can I get an estimation of that number? People will die without a mask. Roger. We have reserves of 230,000. We will make do with what we can. Thank you. Interesting. RC. Those poor souls. What am I seeing here? Pollution. Interesting. Interesting. I bet this is probably I bet if someone summons this, then hold on, let me pause this. I bet if someone summons this, perhaps it could possibly like do the same effects with Atomic Bomb, and where no one will know if you summoned it. But who knows?
That's right. Pollution is coming to Tornado Alley Ultimate as the 10th bonus disaster.
10th.
The pollution disaster centers around air that becomes too polluted to breathe. The air conditions get so bad that suffocation is inevitable if you don't take any action. Pollution's gameplay is similar to Atomic Bomb in the sense where you have to race against time. But this new disaster incorporates another obstacle.
What?
Other players.
Other players?
When an onset of pollution begins, an airplane will be flown over the map to drop a supply crate of gas masks needed to survive. All you have to do is grab a gas mask from the crate before pollution gets heavy. Easy, right?
No.
Well, it would be if there weren't limited gas masks. The amount of gas masks in the crate depends on how many players are in the game. There will always be a shortage of gas masks, meaning first come, first serve.
Fair enough.
For example, if there are 5 players in a game,
Yeah.
there may only be 3 gas masks available.
Yeah.
The first 3 players to get a mask will be safe. while the other 2 will be left stranded and
And
hopeless.
die.
That is, unless they have an underground shelter key. The only
Yeah,
way to survive
shelter.
pollution is either by having a gas mask or by using the underground shelter. If pollution gets too heavy and you're without either solution, you'll slowly suffocate to death.
You can't
And
even
don't
heal.
think healing items will help you either. They may buy you extra time, but the rate you suffocate increases the longer you're exposed, meaning eventually you'll die, regardless of a goblet or Bloxy Cola healing item.
Interesting.
Pollution is the 10th bonus disaster coming to the game, though it was actually planned far earlier than Alien Invasion was. Did you know that pollution was going to be added way back in June 2020 but was replaced by acid rain?
Oh wow.
Regardless, we're finally happy to bring both into the game after all this time.
Interesting. Very interesting, Billy.
Now, speaking of acid rain, let's
What?
talk a little bit about the weather system.
Huh?
For the Art of Balance 3 update, we've changed the weather system up a lot. We've added
Interesting.
dynamic clouds to give a better sense of realism.
Okay, yeah, if you guys didn't know, if you guys didn't know this already, but Billy has been, like, showing these, sky boxes in his, in the Tornado Alley Ultimate Discord server, and we've, like, some of us, including myself, we were able to get a quick look of, like, these kinds of sky boxes, so if you're not in the TAU Discord server, then, be happy that this is appearing, because this is very, very cool to see.
And we've also revamped the weather for a lot of disasters. Flash
Yes.
floods, for example, have a much darker atmosphere to them rather than the bright blue atmosphere they used to have.
Yep, that makes it more interesting.
Hurricanes, as another example, have a much more bluish atmosphere to them rather than the old gray atmosphere they had prior.
And if you didn't catch that, if you notice, the hurricane isn't going in another direction instead of the usual direction. If you didn't notice, if it's going to the side, which is not normal. So I can explain that because in this update, spoiler alert, he did mention that hurricanes in AOB 3 will be multi-directional, meaning that it can go in different directions instead of the same direction every time. So it'll definitely make strategies much more like needed, especially in like maps like Tropico, where like the volcano would actually help you like defend yourself from the hurricane. But yeah.
Now, probably the most noticeable change you will see is the prevalence of rain. Rain now falls when appropriate, which definitely gives a more immersive feel when playing Tornado Alley Ultimate.
Now I kind of feel like
We
this
really
would
hope
not
you enjoy
make
the new weather
game-
system, but please note that we may continue to make further changes to the atmospheres of certain disasters and game modes far beyond the release of the update.
Okay, so with that being said, some of the stuff, it could be performance heavy. I don't know if this is true or not, but yeah. Anyways, moving on. How far are we? Oh, I'm like 2 minutes behind everyone else.
These changes are only visual changes, but we did alter some of the bonus disasters as well.
Yeah.
We made many small changes to some of the bonus disasters. Some of these changes were simple balancing changes, such as making Lava Flood more deadly like it once was.
Yeah, if you didn't quite know that, sorry. Lava Flood, back then, it would always insta-kill, but at like today, and like since AOB 2 released, Lava Floods would deal like 3 hits, which is like very weird. But now, I think it insta-kills again, which in AOB 3, which would make like surviving a lot more deadlier. And what I'm more concerned about is lava surges, if this applies to lava surges as well in Volcano, but anyways.
However, we made a few larger changes to one of the bonus disasters as well.
I'm assuming it's the
Let's take a
hurricane.
look at Hurricane. Hurricane is definitely a fan favorite disaster of the game.
Okay, so I explained this earlier, but now the man himself will explain it. So I'll stay quiet for a moment.
Though, the more players experience it, the easier it is to understand how it works, and eventually you can easily determine what part of the map is safe because you learn which direction the hurricane always comes from on certain maps. That all changes with Art of Balance 3. Hurricanes are now multi-directional, meaning they will arrive from different directions every time. Instead of always arriving from the same direction, hurricanes can now enter from either the north, south, east, or west. The roleplay messages will give you an early warning about the direction the hurricane is coming from, but regardless, this will definitely make you rethink your strategy on how to survive hurricanes, because now, nowhere is safe. There were other smaller changes to other disasters as well, but we'll leave it to you to see them.
And another thing I want to mention is that about hurricanes, trees are no longer safe against hurricanes in AOB 3. So if you try climbing through a tree, you're still going to die. Even if the tree tries to defend you, you're still gonna die, no matter what. So, which would make Doomsday even more harder. Speaking of Doomsday, he probably mentioned it later in the video, but I do not want to spoil it. So yeah.
I also wanted to talk about the most important disaster in the game, tornadoes. We've made some changes to tornadoes that are fairly big, so I think it's important to cover them.
Fair enough.
When you are too close to a tornado, you may be familiar with the drag feature that slowly drags your player into the tornado when in range. This has actually been revamped in the Art of Balance 3 update.
Okay.
Now, the drag power exerted on your player depends on how close you are to the tornado.
Okay.
The closer you are, the more powerful the drag force is, and if you're too close, it may be too powerful to outrun. With these changes, we've actually extended the range the drag force can happen.
Oh,
so you
boy.
could be much further away from the tornado now and still experience being dragged in. But because the drag force power depends on how close you are, keeping distance will be more important than ever before. And, as an added bonus, when you're in the process of being dragged in, your screen will change visually. It will become saturated, your screen will shake, and it will slowly get darker and harder to see.
Oh boy.
This makes it much more challenging to escape the drag force, because it can quickly obscure your vision and disorient you. Another major change we added to tornadoes applies to all of the game modes that have multiple tornadoes, such as Double Trouble, Triple Threat, and Fornado.
And Pentanado.
In the past, when multiple tornadoes spawn at once, they all spawned in the same location.
True.
This is no longer the case.
Yeah.
When multiple tornadoes now spawn, they will all spawn in random locations on the map. This makes game modes that have many tornadoes even more difficult, because the more tornadoes there are, the more likely it is for one to spawn within your general location. Speaking of multiple tornado game modes, we've decided to make Pentanado, which was once a private server exclusive game mode, now a public game mode, meaning in this update, you'll be able to experience Pentanado, or 5 tornadoes at once, in public servers for the first time.
And if you didn't know this already, Pentanado, if you get a troll, it'll be worth 500 coins. So this is definitely a lot of coins to get, especially for elites, because you're going to get 1,000 coins for survival.
This is because we're introducing a new game mode to private servers.
And this is the mode that I'm pretty sure a lot of people wanted to see, and we've heard this before in the Discord server, so I'm not going to spoil it, but let the man speak for himself.
Sixnado is coming to private servers and will be replacing Pentanado as a private server exclusive game mode.
And I just noticed it's playing the old Deadnado music. This is so nostalgic right now. But yeah, honestly, I'm gonna be honest here, I actually really miss the old Deadnado music. And I'll be clear here, I actually prefer it over the current thing we have, because the current thing we have now is, for me, very loud. And with the old theme, it was a lot more quieter, and I prefer that theme more. So, continuing. How behind? I'm 4 minutes behind everyone now.
With Sixnado, you can now experience up to 6 tornadoes at once in private servers.
True.
We always thought that Fornado would be pushing the boundaries of performance, and then we added Pentanado. Now, we added Sixnado. What else could we do? Well, it's time to introduce a new rare event that can occur, and we call this event Dual Threat.
So, I'll let Billy speak for himself here, but Dual Threat, I'm going to say this right now, this cannot happen to Doomsday, but it can happen with other modes, even Giganados, so I'll let him explain now.
Dual Threat has a 1% chance of occurring during any tornado game mode. This rare event will reveal itself before the tornado forms. If a dual threat phenomenon is occurring, a second emergency alert system will appear announcing it. Dual threat essentially doubles the game mode's tornado count. This means for the first time ever, you can experience 2 Freeze-nados at once, or maybe 2 Your Doom tornadoes at once. And this even applies to multi-tornado game modes, meaning in a private server, you can experience up to 12 tornadoes at once if dual threat occurs during 6-nado. Dual threat is a rare event that we thought would be very cool to add to Tornado Alley Ultimate.
And explaining that again, 12 tornadoes, that would definitely be performance heavy, especially in maps like Retro Roblox and Metropolis. So I don't know if you guys noticed, but I'm hardly reacting because I'm so tired right now. So, and yeah, I just got home from school and I've watched a rated R movie that's in Spanish and it's already disturbing me. Anyways, moving on.
We hope you enjoy it and the endless scenarios it can create.
Yeah, like halfway done with this. Almost halfway done with this.
Now that we covered some of the public server changes happening to the game,
Yeah,
we want to introduce some new changes coming to private servers.
yeah. This would be
Currently,
interesting.
if you buy a private server for Tornado Alley Ultimate, you have many perks that aren't present in public servers.
Yeah, true.
You're able to queue any game mode, pick any map, have access to dozens of classic private server exclusive maps, and change some settings such as the time of day and disabling the lightning mechanic.
More
However,
perks,
we wanted to
interesting.
greatly expand upon the many perks a private server includes,
Which is.
so we'd like to share them with you today.
All right, what do we have here?
Firstly, you'll notice that we changed all of the main settings into a user interface that the server owner can easily access.
Yeah, true. We needed this because if you guys didn't notice, like back in my streams, like people would just spam like very inappropriate stuff, and we would have to spam like continue like kicking them out of our servers, especially in like other people's streams. Like this would happen to them as well. So continuing.
No matter where they are in the game. On top of this, we added a ton of new controls and settings for server owners to adjust to their liking. You'll notice 4 tabs on the interface:
Yeah, interesting.
Admin, Game,
Quay, and
Queue,
extras.
and Extras.
Yeah, so, and plus, where my cursor is no new players, this would definitely be very helpful.
In the Admin tab, we
Yeah.
have 2 current features for server owners. The first is a simple kick function that allows the server owner to kick any player from their private server. If a player is causing issues, you can remove them from the game very easily.
Yeah, but you cannot ban them from that server though.
The second feature is called No New Players. If enabled, the game will automatically kick any player that tries joining if they're under a day old. So now, if someone is attempting to cause trouble in your private server by creating alternative accounts, you can simply turn this feature on and it will prevent any day-old accounts from entering your server.
Yeah, this would definitely be
So now,
helpful.
let's look at the
Let's look
game
at the
tab,
other. Let's look at the other tabs because this is something I want to see.
which has a ton of new controls for server owners in a private server.
Now, this is definitely going to help us because like I'm not sure if like looking at this round duration. I don't know what the minimum is. If it, hopefully there is a minimum because like I do not want to like grind for Doomsday too quickly because that would like make no sense at all. Yeah. And then bonus disasters and them naturally occurring, that can also speed up like Doomsday hunting as well. And PvP mode, that would be very interesting. And this is a really cool one to see. Prevent inventory items. This would definitely make games more challenging, especially if I'm going to do upcoming like what that bot wants the server to do. Yeah, and underground shelter, that would also be very nice to see because if someone tries opening the shelter on Doomsday and this is off, you can't do anything. So anyways, and time of day modifier is actually pretty cool too. Anyways, moving on. And lightning, we already know that. But before I move on, lightning, I always turn this one on because it keeps the game more fun and no one likes corner campers, so yeah.
The first setting you will see is bonus disasters. Server owners can now turn off bonus disasters, meaning both natural and queued bonus disasters will be disabled. So if you prefer surviving only against tornadoes, you could turn this feature on to disable bonus disasters. The second feature is the same lightning mechanic setting that server owners currently have, though it is now in this user interface rather than the private server room in the lobby for your convenience. Turning this on simply disables the lightning mechanic.
True. And in round duration, I
Next,
want to hear this.
we have the round duration feature. Server owners can now modify how long the tornadoes will last. In order to prevent survival farming, we've set the minimum limit to 120 seconds, which is the same duration as a public server.
Okay, I figured that was going to happen anyway, because 120 is like the bare minimum. But yeah.
However, you are able to have up to 999 second long tornado rounds, which is about 16 and a half minutes if you prefer.
Now, this would definitely make the game more fun, especially if you're facing like a Wraith NATO and the round time is like 300 or 500 seconds, then this would definitely make the game more fun, especially if you get cursed so many times, even with your Doom and Giga NATO too.
The next feature is the time of day modifier, which is another setting server owners already have in the current version of the game. The difference with this new setting, however, is that server owners can now choose any time of the day rather than a simple day or night preset. The next three settings affect the game itself. The first is called Prevent Inventory Items.
Yeah?
If you have ever wanted a round where all players are forced to survive without any aid of accessories, you could turn this on. This simply makes all players load into the game without any of their equipped accessories. PvP mode, or player versus player mode, is a fun little setting that you can turn on that turns all loot that spawns into weapons from the skirmish game mode.
Yeah.
With this enabled, no matter what the game mode is, weapons will spawn and you can battle other players without the fear of being jailed prematurely like in the skirmish game mode.
Now, I would imagine Doomsday with PvP mode on, because Doomsday with this on would definitely be more fun with when you're fighting other people. But if that were the case, I would wonder if Fear Science would also be affected, but I'm not sure. But anyways, moving on.
And lastly, the final setting in the game tab is underground shelters. As a server owner, you can disable the underground shelter feature to prevent anyone from entering it. So, if you ever wanted a round where everybody must face the disaster head on, you could turn this on and players will be notified that they can't enter the shelter if they try to. Queuing game modes works similar to how it did before, but the Queue tab offers a better explanation on how to do it.
And I just noticed case sensitive, the S is should be lowercased. But I don't blame Billy for doing that, for rushing on this, because yeah, this is hard to work.
Now, you may be wondering what the Extras tab is. Or rather, you may be wondering what is the purpose of the private server room now that all of the controls that were once there are now in an interface.
Yeah?
Well, the private server room has a new purpose.
Yes.
In the private server room, you'll find even more controls for your private server.
Interesting.
Modifiers. Modifiers are fun little extra controls that you can turn on for your enjoyment.
Yeah?
There's only a few currently, but we plan to add more in the future.
What is this?
The first modifier is called Epic Ducks.
Epic Ducks? Meteors plus Epic Ducks. That is a really funny one, to be honest. Yeah. Anyways.
With this turned on, all meteors in the game turn into ducks. Why? Because why not?
I like how he said, why not? I would definitely say that too if I were him.
Another modifier is called Super Zeus.
Super Zeus? What Super Zeus? I'm assuming this is like the Doomsday Zeus we see right now.
By turning this on, all lightning in the game becomes supercharged. Their damage is increased, their radius is increased, and you'll notice your screen shakes more when lightning strikes.
Interesting. So what I said was just wrong. So very interesting, Billy.
Supercharged lightning also has a purplish color to them. Combining this modifier with the Zeus game mode itself can be one chaotic combination.
Exactly, because like with this, I wanna definitely try this out, especially in like Junkyard.
This next
Alright,
modifier
what's
we'd like
next?
to show to you will likely satisfy many fans of the old Tornado Alley games.
Yeah.
We hear a lot that many of you miss the old mesh tornadoes instead of the beam tornadoes that Tornado Alley Ultimate incorporates today.
Yeah. Is this like the Retronado one? Let's find out.
Well, we've heard
Hold on. Distracted. Anyways, moving on. I'll rewind 5 seconds.
beam tornadoes that Tornado Alley Ultimate incorporates today.
Okay, I'll explain this again, but this is probably like Retronado, where like the old tornadoes. Yeah, let's find out.
Well, we've heard your requests. The next modifier I'd like to introduce is called Mesh Tornadoes. By turning on the Mesh Tornadoes modifier, all tornadoes will have a retro feel to them.
Oh yes, this is a really cool modifier I wanted to see, because I prefer the mesh tornadoes more than the beam tornadoes, honestly. Like, don't get me wrong, the beam tornadoes are good, but I prefer these because they're more 3D.
Now, you can once again experience what old Tornado Alley was like with Mesh Tornadoes. We hope you enjoy using this modifier to experience a blast from the past.
Yeah,
The last modifier we'll be showing today is Hardcore Mode. We plan
Ooh, what is this? Hardcore mode. This is something we kind of wanted. And I'm pretty sure a lot of pros wanted.
to expand onto it more in the future, but just know that for now, turning this modifier on makes the game more difficult to survive.
Okay.
All of these new private server controls will be included with the arrival of the Art of Balance 3 update.
Yes.
If you currently own a private server, no action is necessary on your part. All of these controls will arrive for your enjoyment when the update is released.
Okay.
The price for a private server will remain the same, 200 Robux per month.
Fair enough. Okay, anything else? I know this is a long one, but
So,
let's continue.
What do you think so far of the update?
Now, I'll explain this. How far are we close? 10 minutes? So we're like 28 minutes in this presentation, and this one's like 50 minutes long. So overall, we have very good information on what's about to happen so far. Like, probably my favorite thing that has appeared is definitely the Mesh Tornadoes modification, because probably whenever I stream next time, I'm definitely turning that on, because yes. And Meteors as Trollnado Duckies, that's a very funny one. Anyways, also one thing I want to mention is that any thing that was mentioned on VCs like in the past week, I did not see them, so I'm not sure what is happening. So yeah, let's move on. And I'm assuming the chat is already going crazy, but let's find out. Okay, yeah, it's already crazy. I'm not gonna see it though. And surprisingly, I've not chatted in that one yet. But let's
We have
continue.
a bit more to show off, and maybe a few surprises left, so I hope you're excited.
And one thing I want to mention, though, that he probably will not mention in this video, is that there's going to be a lot of new hurricane and volcano names, and because there's so many of them, I don't think he put them in the video, so there you go.
Remember, at the end, we'll be revealing the next map for the update, so stay tuned.
And if you guys didn't know this already, but it almost looks like a train station, but I'm going to assume that the name could be Televille, but I'm not sure though, but we'll find out in like a few minutes.
Now, let's keep talking a bit more about some changes this update brings.
Okay, what do we have now?
You may have noticed from earlier in the presentation, but we've significantly improved the interaction system. We know a lot of you have had trouble trying to get into the shelter due to an unresponsive interaction system.
Yeah, this has been a problem for like the past few months, like GUI issues where are unable to enter the shelter and you're forced to jump. That glitch was so annoying. Not glitch, bug was so annoying. But this being revamped is like makes it even better. And yeah.
So we've revamped it, and now it works flawlessly. We're still in the process of revamping a few features, and with such a big update, we were unfortunately unable to finish a few features we plan to revamp.
Yeah, fair enough, but I'm assuming that these revamps, they will probably be in the bi-weekly updates after this update, so yeah, we're going to be stay tuned for those changes too, so yeah. Anyways, what's my quality? Oh wow, I'm actually still watching this in 1080p 60 frames per second. That's surprising. Anyways, how far are we? 11 and a half minutes.
One of these features is the carrying feature.
Oh yeah, another thing I want to mention, and what he's about to mention, is the carrying feature, and this has been buggy for like a few months now, but let him explain.
We know it's vital to the game, but we're going to temporarily disable it upon Art of Balance 3's release.
Yeah, because it's been bugging for like a few months, and remaking it needed to be done, honestly. But with this temporarily being disabled, my fun part of like not helping newbies in low risk servers will be down temporarily too. So there goes my fun on that for now. But I'm okay with that.
But don't worry, once we finish revamping it, we'll be sure to re-implement it back into the game once ready.
True, we needed this to happen, honestly. And one thing I also want to see happen is, like, this is for public servers only, but once a map is picked, for example, Metropolis, after a few, it cannot be picked for a few rounds, but, like, and by a few rounds, I mean, like, around, like, 5. This would definitely improve map variety. And if you guys didn't know this already, but like back in 1.0 when I first played this game, once a map is picked, it cannot be picked again for the next round. I want to see this happen again because this would definitely help improve map variety. So yeah. So another example, if Tropico is picked, it cannot be picked again for 5 rounds. But who knows what Billy has in store not for us? But let's find out.
Speaking of bringing features back, I'd like to quickly talk about one game feature that was once removed and now returning.
Fan favorite feature, what is this?
In the very early days of Tornado Alley Ultimate, the round results used to reveal the amount of monetary damage.
Oh, this looks familiar, honestly, because I actually played this game since like in the early stages, and then lost my data once I came back in March 2021. Rounds of results used to show monetary damage, which is like around the money. This was one of my favorite things to see. And another one is the death messages if you died back in the early stages. That one was really cool, honestly. Anyways, moving on.
Caused by a tornado after a round. It was removed when we released the Ultimate Update back in June 2020. But we've decided to reintroduce it after we've made some significant changes to the round results interface. Now, after every tornado round, you could see a fun little statistic showing how much financial damage a tornado causes.
Now, this brings up the question, will the $1 billion map damage badge be re-added to the game? Because I remember for a fact that it was once a badge, but since it was removed, the badge is no longer obtainable. But hopefully that badge can actually go back to the list, because that's one badge I kind of want to see return. Anyways, let's continue.
Speaking of round results, you can now see the survival results of a bonus disaster if it occurs. A simple click of a button will now allow you to check the survivors of the tornado, as well as the survivors of a bonus disaster if one occurred.
That's very interesting, honestly, because it would confuse a lot of people on who survived the bonus disaster. For example, if you were the only survivor of a hurricane, it would never display that survivor of that hurricane. So yeah.
Also, we know a lot of players love to keep track of how many times they've survived a disaster.
Ooh, this is actually really interesting to see, because I wanted to see how many times I've survived a hurricane and volcano, and how many actually no, never scratch game modes like Doomsday. I'm not sure if this even applies to game modes, but who knows. Let's find out though.
So we're introducing a brand new feature that keeps track of how many times you've survived a bonus disaster.
But the one question is, does this affect what you survived in the past? Because I have like 15,000 survivals. Does it even affect this tracker now? I don't know.
By opening up your inventory screen, you'll notice a button that says Stats. By clicking on this button, you'll see a list of all bonus disasters in the game, as well as how many times you survived each one.
Wait, progression to mastery. That's interesting, honestly. I do not know what that is, but let's just continue. I don't know what that is, but that looks interesting.
If you survive a bonus disaster 100 times, you'll master the bonus disaster, which may offer benefits in the future.
Interesting. And I'm assuming for volcanoes and tsunamis, if they're the super variant, they'll still give you just the one survival only. But let's continue.
And speaking of bonus disasters, this update introduces a summoning cooldown of 30 seconds, meaning players will no longer be able to spam disasters too easily.
This is definitely a very good change, honestly, because like if you guys didn't know, like in past streams, like people will just spam disasters very annoyingly. Like that was so sorry. People spamming disasters is so uncomfortable. Like, and with this cooldown, this would definitely make servers more friendly. Well, from what I see, I guess. Anyways, let's continue.
Now, it's time to finally discuss some changes to specific game modes.
This is the one I'm assuming a lot of people wanted to see. What time is it? Oh, 4:47. Like, I already know that one game mode is getting a change, which is Doomsday, but I do not want to spoil it. So let's continue.
There's not too many in this update, but there's still a few I'd like to cover.
Alright.
First,
game mode
I'd like to talk about the Time Bomb Terror game mode.
Yeah, if this is a buff, I'll be really happy because Time Bomb Terror now is actually like very easy for me because like there's very few bombs that get thrown by the tornado, which is only 2, and if there's more bombs, that would definitely make the game mode more harder. But let's see.
In this update, we've increased the rate that bombs are launched, and we also increased their blast radius from 10 studs to 20.
Yeah, this is definitely a major buff, which is what I wanted to see. So that's good news.
Another major change comes to Trollnado.
Ooh, Trollnado, one of my favorite modes.
Jackonado and Wraithnado.
All the luck-based game modes are getting a change, but what does he have in stock for us?
This update makes these game modes unable to harm you if you are inside the shelter.
Fair enough. We honestly needed this to happen, but yeah. Like, Trollnado, if you are in the shelter, which is very unlikely to happen because of the lack of shelter keys, unless you get a key gift, that would definitely be helpful. And Jackonado and Wraithnado, seeing this, definitely would make this, like, more fair. But let's continue.
Which was once not the case. So as long as you are in the shelter from now on during these game modes, you will be safe from their curses.
Interesting.
The last major change made to a game mode is Bombs Away.
Oh. Bombs Away. Let's see.
Bombs Away now includes 4 different bomb types.
Ooh, this is very interesting, honestly, because like having just one bomb type makes the game like not that unique. But with this change, this is definitely gonna be a very fun one to play, especially in Doomsday, because like I'm assuming that if there's one huge bomb, that would just come down like every time, I think, but I don't know. Let's see.
Alongside the standard bomb, 3 new bomb types were added to Bombs Away. They are called Blue Burst, Yellow Lightning, and the mother of all bombs,
MOAB.
We aren't going to go in depth on these bomb types today, so we'll leave it up to you to experience them as an element of surprise.
Okay then. Definitely quang the
Those are all the game mode changes we were able to show today. I hope you like them. It has been over a year since we added the final game mode, Skirmish, to Tornado Alley Ultimate when it was released in January of 2021. Today, however, that changes.
That changes? Okay, we'll figure out what this means later.
It is time to introduce a brand new game mode coming to Tornado Alley Ultimate.
Okay, drumroll please. Music moment. Alright. Lurker? What is Lurker? And this is the same font as the Krampus one. But whatever this is, I do not know what this thing is, but let's find out. What is Lurker? And there's those footsteps too, like this is like creepy. But let's see. Okay.
Lurker is a brand new game mode coming to Tornado Alley Ultimate. You may notice how similar it looks to the limited time Krampus game mode that was present during Holiday Bash.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
No pun
This is
intended.
because the Krampus game mode actually used the Lurker Tornado, since Lurker was still in development at the time.
Okay.
Lurker's main mechanic is that it can stalk individual players.
What? It stalks players? Wow, that is very interesting. Cause like, let's see. What does this do?
It has a nightmarish looking chat bubble that will show the name of the player it intends to target. If you're targeted by the Lurker, your screen will be cluttered with unsettling messages.
Are you guys done with the video yet or not?
Hold on. Well, I'm not even close yet. Like, I'm like, I don't know how far I am, but I'm like...
Say Jesus. Bro. Oh, okay, well, take your time.
I'm at
Already
the,
finished
I,
it.
I'm at the, part where it reveals Lurkus, I think.
Yeah, Jesus did
And,
Oh.
and honestly, it's creeping me out when you get, like, targeted. Like, this is already really creeping me out.
Oh, bro, it's not even Halloween yet. Billy decides to add on early on, like, maybe on June.
Yes, exactly.
Oh,
This feels like a Halloween type, game mode, honestly. But
Yeah. Washington, you still here?
he's... I don't know if he can...
And,
I'm here.
Oh, okay.
wait. Welcome back.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna continue with this video. Let's see.
If you see it target
I'm
you,
just being honest,
you
I'm
best
actually
run
very
away as
excited
fast
now.
as
They
you can.
added, like, a lot of stuff.
Oh, I'm assuming, like, everyone else, the presentation is done for them, but I'm, like, 19 and a half minutes behind them.
Rip.
Okay, yeah, and so I need more info on this stuff, and already, my favorite thing to see from this is definitely the private server controls. Anyways. How do I get 3 pings? Oh, okay. Okay. Anyways, I'm continuing with this. I'll continue.
Of course, the underground shelter is safe from the Lurker,
No surprise there.
and it will only target players that it can reach in the map.
Okay.
So I definitely recommend planning your strategy ahead of time before the Lurker arrives, because it is very hard to outrun it. Lurker will arrive with the release of Art of Balance 3.
Wait,
as the
Washington, you done with the
27th
video
game
yet
mode
or
in the
not?
game.
Game mode number
I've already done. I already finished watching the whole thing.
Well, how do you feel about the pollution getting added?
Okay, to prevent spoilers, I'm going to deafen myself, so yeah. Game mode number 27, very interesting.
We're almost finished with the presentation today.
Interesting.
Though, before we are, I'd like to mention that there are tons of smaller changes coming to the game as well that we did not cover in this presentation. As usual, you will be able to see all of the changes made in this update in the update log, which will be available when Art of Balance 3 is released.
And I'm assuming this is for the Discord server only, but I'm not sure if this is also for the Roblox one as well. But let's continue.
So please feel free to read that to understand everything coming that we did not cover today. And with that, it is now time to reveal what you all have been waiting for. Map 3 of the Art of Balance updates.
Alright, drumroll please. And it is...
As a refresher, The Art of Balance updates intended to bring 3 new maps to the game. The first being Airport, the second being Tropico,
And the third?
and the third has been unknown until now.
It is...
Before we reveal map 3, I wanted to mention that the music you are about to hear was specifically composed for this reveal. It is by far my favorite soundtrack I've ever composed for the game. It's called Balance at Last,
Yeah.
and I hope you like it. And with that, it is time to reveal map 3.
It is...
Please take a look.
It is... Let's find out. This music is actually really good. Map 3. Oh yeah, I remember Haunted Camp. One of them is Haunted Camp, I think. Nuclear power plant. Very interesting. And there looks like, from the looks of it, there's a lot of metal in this place, so Doomsday here will definitely be challenging. And Hurricanes here would definitely be very challenging to see. And you get a lot of high ground too, even if it's super on these. Guys, this is actually a really cool map. It's a desert themed and then in nighttime, and this is really good. And honestly, from the looks of that map, there's like almost no metal there, so Zeus will not be like that much of a threat on Doomsday too. So I would definitely need to make my strategies better. Also, speaking of Doomsday, I've been thinking of making a separate Doomsday log series in where I would only, and I say this like specifically, only low risk Doomsdays because I've been getting too many high risk and medium risk servers, and I want to give low risk Doomsdays a chance of appearing more since I only have 5 of them. But yeah, I feel bad for low risk Doomsdays not appearing so many times in my Doomsday logs, but like only 5 of 97 appearances, and like most of them are just high risk ones. Like even yesterday I had a high risk Death Valley Doomsday which I survived with Goober. But yeah, and this too, this is very cool. It's like an Arabic kind of map. This is really cool. Wait, is that water? The 2 new maps are there's 2 more. Oh, a Timberton revamp. Very nice. I really like this revamp, honestly. And is there... Oh, this the gas station looks cool too. There's one more, I was told. Adam Town development ongoing. This is really cool too. Oh. Classic Interstate 95, very nice. And Classic State Park 2. Wait, hold on. One more thing. I'm surprised Classic Boardwalk didn't quite make the list, but as a private server exclusive map, but I don't know, but it's okay. So 6 new maps, 2 of them new ones, 1 of them currently in progress, 2 private servers ones, and 1 revamp. That's amazing. There's 2 more? Are you kidding me? How many maps does Billy have in stock for us? This is like 7 and 8 already. I seeing here? Is this haunted camp? Oh. Wait. Yeah, we've seen this one a lot before, like, but let's continue. Yeah, a bit crying. Wait a minute. This is really cool, honestly. What is this now? Is this the map that killed at 552? Televille, I knew it. So, people who said Televille, they were right. And it's about the same size as Metropolis, all balanced. And there's a lot of metal here, which would make the Doomsday suits look impressive. Ooh, Televille 2013 before it. Very nice. This is really cool. It's going to be places Televille Retro. Very nice. Is this Prime exclusive too? So we already have 8 maps. One of them is currently being worked on, so this is really good.
That's right. Map 3 was not just one map. Map 3 was actually a collection of many maps.
Interesting.
We wanted to push ourselves for the content included in this update, and this meant more maps than ever introduced in an update before. Nuclear Power Plant, Giza, Timberton Revamp, Adamtown, Televille 2013, and Televille 2022 are all arriving with the Art of Balance 3 update. It's time to talk about the main map introduced,
Televille.
Televille. Televille has a long history with the Tornado Alley series. The first reference to Televille was in the first ever Tornado Alley game that released back in 2013.
Yeah, if you didn't know, Televille, here, I remember the line, if you didn't notice this, but in the first game, the first line, the roleplay message would say, "Breaking news, a tornado has destroyed Televille, more reports soon." I think I said that right, but I'm not sure if I said it. And then it would say 5 deaths reported from the disaster, 3 injured. Stay tuned. That's all we got that from that. Then apparently the death toll from that disaster would definitely rise up. But let's continue.
Televille was never a playable map, but it was referenced as a city that was destroyed in the original game's roleplay messages. The name itself, Televille, derives from the Roblox admin, Telemon, who you may now know as Shedletsky. When we decided to add Televille to the game, we wanted to build upon the original Tornado Alley game's lore, where it was stated Televille was destroyed. So in order to do such, we're introducing 2 versions of Televille. The first version is called Televille 2022, which is what the city looks like today, 9 years after a catastrophic event took place that left the city abandoned and ruined. The second version is called Televille 2013, which is what the city looked like in the year 2013, right before the catastrophic event took place. Televille was once known as the Dream City, and now, the events that happened there left it desolated, and all that remains are broken dreams.
Mm-hmm.
That leaves the question, what was the catastrophic event that caused Televille's demise?
Yeah, this would be interesting to learn.
Many refer to this event as the monster of 2013. But what truly was it?
We don't know.
Well, we may never know.
Figured.
But if you look hard enough, you may find the answer to your question.
Okay.
I hope you enjoy the maps that arrive in Art of Balance 3.
Yeah, we
Now,
definitely will. What?
There are only 3 more announcements left in this presentation.
3 of
What
them.
could they be? Well, this may come as a surprise, but alien invasion and pollution are not the only disasters to arrive in this update.
Very shocking, honestly, because I first thought that these 2 would be the only ones, but apparently Billy has a lot of stuff for us in stock in this update. Like 2 new bonus disasters, 6 new maps, 2 new private exclusive maps, and yeah, that's a lot of stuff we've got in this update. And the VIP server controls, I forgot to mention that too. And let's continue because I want to learn this.
There is actually one more we want to show you today. Please take a look.
Okay, this cannot be the secret disaster though. This is creepy. What? Is that a supernova? I cannot tell because I'm not a science person. So bright. Black hole. Yeah, it's a black hole. Oh boy. This is going to be very interesting. Black hole.
That's right. Black hole is coming as the final disaster introduced in this update.
Interesting.
When the black hole disaster occurs, a black hole will form in random areas of the map.
Okay.
The smaller it is, the less powerful it is. In order for a black hole to grow, it requires mass to be collected from parts around it.
Yeah.
If a black hole forms in a cluttered area with tons of debris to collect, the black hole will thrive and become very big, thus more powerful.
Yeah.
If a black hole is unable to grow, it will eventually die off, but a new one will spawn to take its place,
Oh,
with hopes to
boy.
be more successful. Lastly, if a black hole becomes too big, it will also die, spawning a new one to take its place. Black hole is the 11th bonus disaster to be coming to Tornado Alley Ultimate.
This
I
is
really hope you enjoy Alien Invasion, Pollution,
and Black
Hole in
All
this
3
update.
of these are very fun ones to play. So most likely I'm going to stream these disasters along with more hurricanes because hurricanes are also getting new names. I'm not sure if this applies to volcanoes as well, but sorry, I'm talking a lot and this is hurting my voice. But let's continue. Okay.
Now, it's time for the final 2 announcements.
Okay.
Unfortunately, we weren't able to get these 2 announcements ready in time for Art of Balance 3's release, so I hope you are willing to give us a bit more time to work on them.
Okay.
However, we still consider them a part of Art of Balance 3, and will release them sometime after the update's release, once we're satisfied with them.
Okay.
Though, we'd like to share them with you today. The final 2 announcements are 2 brand new game modes coming to Tornado Alley Ultimate.
More game modes? Are you
On
kidding
top
me?
of the Lurker game mode, these 2 game modes will also be coming, making a total of 3 brand new game modes to the game, and 4 if you count 6 NATO. Here is the game mode logo for the first unannounced game mode.
It is. Oh, this is interesting. G2. This is actually really good music too. Taijutsu.
A highly fan-requested game mode, Taijutsu, will come to Tornado Alley Ultimate sometime after the release of Art of Balance 3.
Okay.
I can't talk too much about this game mode at this time, as it's still early in development, but I hope you look forward to it.
Okay, fair enough. And then the last one.
And now, it's time for the final game mode reveal, and the final reveal of this presentation.
And
Again, it is just a teaser, as it won't be ready when the update itself releases, but I hope you look forward to it regardless.
Okay.
Please take a look.
What do we have? This is the grand finale. This is creeping me out. Is this related to the 2013 monster? Uh-oh. You can't run from him forever, Brockner. He's taken your family, Brockner. You escaped. No one escapes him forever. Uh-oh. This cannot be. The blood moon at the horizon is shining lovely, isn't it? This cannot be a reference to that fan game I am not supposed to mention, but I know we can't do that now. But here we go. Please take over the world tonight and this begins his kingdom. And this time, Brockner, you will not stop him. He is awakened once again. Of course it had to be Tartarus. But I swear, if this is like a game mode that's very similar to Doomsday, we're dead.
Tartarus is making its debut in an official Tornado Alley game when it releases sometime after Art of Balance 3 in Tornado Alley Ultimate.
Okay then.
As a developer, we love seeing community fan creations of our game.
Yeah.
Whether that's fan art, fan music, or even fan games. There's certainly a very talented community that loves to leave their mark on the series' legacy.
Yes.
In January of this year, after discussing it with the other Tornado Alley Ultimate developers, we thought it would be a great idea to include fan creations to represent the fans directly into Tornado Alley Ultimate.
And this is where Tartarus must have came from, like because of that fan game I'm not supposed to mention, but yes, I think. Let's continue.
We wondered what would be the best content addition to directly represent fans, and we figured that including a game mode from the most popular Tornado Alley Ultimate fan game, Tornado Insanity, would be the best choice. So we reached out to the developer of the fan game, Soda Shine Games, and they were on board to bring Tartarus to Tornado Alley Ultimate. Soda Shine Games no longer works on Tornado Insanity, though they are working on a new game called Disaster Warning, which I definitely recommend checking out.
And if you guys didn't know, which I'm pretty sure a lot of people know, but in Disaster Warning, I'm the current #1 player in the game, and yeah, if you have any questions about like specific things on Disaster Warning, you do not hesitate to let me know. I can answer your questions.
Overall, we thank Soda and Soda Shine Games for working with us to bring a very loved fan game mode to Tornado Alley Ultimate.
Yes, and the fact that I survived this mode once, and the fact it's coming back to Tornado Alley Ultimate, that would definitely bring the challenge up a notch. But with this happening, I do not know what's going to happen now.
And I hope the community is excited to see its debut.
Yes.
Taijutsu and Tartarus will release sometime after the Art of Balance 3 update, and we'll give more news on them once they're ready, so please stay tuned. And that is all of the content we have to reveal for you all today.
And there it is.
It has been a long process of development, so I really hope you are looking forward to the Art of Balance 3 update.
Yep, we definitely
As for
are.
a release date, because this update has so much content, we need to do a lot of testing to ensure it properly works upon release.
Now, this is very fair and important to do because testing is very important before releasing an update because there could be bugs involved. And I'm no scripter, but bugs can happen. But yeah.
Because of this, I'm unfortunately unable to give you an exact date just yet.
But with that being said, all we can do is predict when this thing will release, but it would probably release somewhere in the summer, but who knows what Billy will do.
However, if all testing goes well, we're aiming for an early June release.
That's
After
good.
this presentation, we're going to be entering the closed testing stages of the update. We may also require open testing sessions that would ask for your help.
Okay.
So please stay tuned to the Tornado Alley community group for news on open testing sessions.
Okay. Wait, hold on. Why does this say TAC? But okay.
And when we're ready to announce an exact release date, we'll be announcing it on the Tornado Alley community group wall, the Discord server, and the TAU Twitter account when ready. So please stay tuned.
Yeah.
Thank you all so much for your patience, and I hope you look forward to the Art of Balance 3 update. I'd like to thank everyone who contributed to the presentation and extend my greatest appreciation to the Tornado Alley community. Thank you for your support over the years, and I am so excited to jump into the next era of Tornado Alley Ultimate. And with that, we'll see you next time. Keep surviving.
Now, with that being said, there is a minute left, but I want to see what this last minute is, unless it's just a black screen, which I really doubt it is. But let's find out. Keep surviving. Yes, we definitely will keep surviving. Those tornadoes. Oh, I knew this was going to happen. Oh, credits. Lead developer, composer, and producer 1 Billy Bob 1. Thank you, Billy, for making these games over the past few years. And I'm glad to be of this community since 2014. Special thanks to all the fans. Well, we thank you too, Billy. Okay, and that is it. We are finally done with this 50-minute long presentation. I'm getting pings like crazy. Okay, yeah, we have a lot of activity going on. And can't wait to see some reactions. If you react to the presentation and recorded it, send a link to your vid in event discussion. Well, I have live streamed this, and I'm not sure if you're viewing this, Billy, but this presentation has already been so long, I can't even, think of this on the top of my head, that we all thank you for making this game possible, and if it weren't for you, I would not be here ever since 2014, because when I saw videos of your series back in 2014, I would not be here now. Oh shoot, there's a lot of people in the okay. I'm gonna undeafen myself.
I heard the live review VC to this, which was more chaotic.
Oh
Dude,
yeah.
okay, it was obviously the live reveal VC probably.
Oh,
Yeah.
leveled up.
Yeah.
That's why
which
I
was
recorded
thinking.
my video. I recorded a video out not in a VC, so I wouldn't be just shouting. So I had silence.
Okay, I just finished the presentation.
Dude.
My voice hurts
I think
now.
it's just another.
Finally, this.
That was the best update, and you even got.
What do you guys think about the new game mode?
It's
Oh, yeah,
really
sure,
good.
yeah,
It's
sure.
pretty good.
I'm
It was good, homie.
honestly,
Yes, sir. Come on.
Nothing.
The thing is, the game mode that is coming up. That's as that I forgot. Wait, is it? Is the game mode? What? No,
I'm sorry.
no. It's the. Well, I have bad memories to be honest.
Well,
Luca?
Yeah,
the
look.
Japanese one.
To be honest, why?
Talking my video. The bad discussion.
okay,
honest-
well,
To be
me-
honest, I have a question. Why would Billy add that on May? To be honest, I feel like it's Halloween. To be honest, I feel like
Well,
it's like October.
One
bad
thing.
well,
actually,
the fact because of the fact that now you can be safe in the shelter during Tornado, Jackano, and Racino, my quote unquote keybinding strategy will now be useful on those game modes.
Of course, you mentioned your keyboarding.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know.
Wait a
I
minute.
don't have like a positive opinion on the part where we're
Since
safe in the shelter from the curses.
Since Billy's in the live reveal,
Oh,
they
the other balance chat is gone.
Oh wait,
Did I
Billy
say that
isn't
you
the-
were in the live reveal VC since Billy's in it?
Yeah, Billy.
Wait,
oh my
what?
god,
Is
you better,
Billy's
you
in
better
there?
not.
Ignore that.
Well, he's muted.
Because-
So what's the point?
Oh.
Nah, because the last time I said
What?
you were in the and while Billy was in the VC, I actually
Bill-
made him.
Billy.
Actually,
Billy's in the live with VVC.
He is.
yeah, but the last
Okay,
time
well, I'm going
he
over
was
there.
like, but
No, I'm not gonna
oh,
go there yet.
Billy
I'm
left.
not gonna go there yet.
Wait.
Nah,
Take you next
Billy
time I can
left.
go there.
Wah,
No,
wah.
Billy already left as soon as you said that.
Why is
What?
the live review
Billy
VC
already
still
left.
going?
Oh yeah.
Because there's gonna be a there's like a something that's going on which I'm
Oh, I have,
which is
I
not
have
my
like a
business.
question about the new disasters. Did they have like a super variant or not?
Finally, Black Hole is coming. You know what that means? Washington. You know what that means?
Oh wait, oh no, oh no.
What happened?
What?
Oh my god, I'm so funny. Real.
Dude,
What's going on?
I just, the moment you said that, I literally knew what you were gonna bring up.
What?
Yep. Jerry, he's coming. He's coming to TAU.
So you're telling me that a place that we thought we would call Jerry from Innovation X Space is now becoming a thing on TAU.
Wait, what?
Yes. Yes, it's a
You-
black hole. I named it.
Yeah, well, a lot of you guys don't know this already, but well, this is mainly for Ashley, but you remember the fact that in the Innovation X spaceship you could actually hyper jump to the black hole area, and for some reason you just prefer to call it Jerry because of the fact that you probably watched too much Tom and Jerry, and now
No, I watched
you're
it
just gonna-
like as a kid. I watched it as a kid, to be honest. So I just gave.
Okay, real quick, I'm gonna view the stream chat and like see what came up. So yeah, prepare Mega. I'm already prepared, honestly. Okay, and no depoilers. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I know I'm gonna be able to see Tartarus again, but yeah, I gotta prepare myself because if there's 10 disasters in this one too, we're dead because like you only get like I don't know how to explain this, but yeah. Remember how Soda said that Tartarus was another universe's problem? Yeah, I guess. Mega, what do you think about the presentation? It was really good, honestly. Like, if I were to think about a favorite part, definitely the maps and game modes. Like, those were, like, especially Tartarus, because that one got me off guard, because I did not expect that. Honestly. Yeah, and the fact, like, there were, like, 2 small mistakes that I caught in that, presentation. One, namely being, that S in, like, I forgot that word, and then, TAC. Will Tartarus act like the one in Tornado Insanity? I do not know, and neither does everyone else, but only Billy knows, so don't ask me. Because I am not an expert at that presentation, and I never, like, you know. Yeah, and my voice is already hurting so much after all this talking for like almost an hour and a half. And I just got home from school and had to rush on this because like the thing would start at 4. And yeah. Oh shoot, 16 viewers? Okay. Yeah. And now, plus, I'm already thinking of, making another series of my Doomsday logs, even though I have like 97 of them and like I'm 3 away from like 100. If hopefully one of those 3 is a farm Doomsday, because I did not experience a Doomsday yet on farm. And I know farm is already one of the hardest maps for Doomsday, but I've experienced like harder Doomsdays, especially in Classic Highway. But yeah. With that being said, my voice is hurt, and I'm actually going to end the presentation here. So, thank you, Billy, for making this presentation. We enjoyed this very long ride with you, and to the viewers, thank you guys so much for watching this stream and viewing my live reaction. And I'll see you guys probably on Sunday, because I cannot stream on Saturday. I cannot stream tomorrow. But there you go. Signing off now.